monetize off you, but yet you can't monetize off yourself. There's something wrong with that.
Well, you can. It's
realize that. They got to start realizing it. I'm not a fan of Spotify, brother. I'm not. I'm not a fan of Spotify. A half a penny a stream, brother. Come on, my songs are worth way more than that. The intelligence and the effort and the things that I got to put into it, the writing, the registering your song. Spotify is making billions, but yet you get half a penny for a stream. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The key is you got to be a master of your own domain. You have to have your own domain, because once you sign up and you hit sign up, you agree to their terms and conditions, and you're joining their membership, their community. So just like we have our own community, I have Black Swan TV, right? That's my domain. And then if somebody comes on my domain and they're casting doubt on my agenda, I have to remove that person, because they're casting doubt. They're preventing the cause. You know what I'm saying? So every community has its own terms and conditions, and we don't understand that when we sign up for Facebook.
Oh, I did, because I read that whole terms of agreement before I sign up, and basically you in their water. Basically, they can deactivate you when they want. They can give you a little spanking on a little hand slap first. They can give you a hard spanking. They can even get to the point where they block your ISP.
So what happens is, if you build your own platform, though, you can disseminate your content directly to your subscribers. So the thing about it is, this is the thing too, is that when for an example, we go on Facebook. Facebook is not an audience. It gives us a sense of an audience. Instagram is not an audience. It gives us a sense of an audience. Now, I'm not talking about everybody. Some people can build an audience on Instagram but your family and your friends are not your audience. They're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Your in-laws and stuff, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get them to be part of your business or support.
I think I told you that having to get my teeth situation done. No family or friend. I said, listen, whatever y'all can send me what's that from Cash App. It don't have to be a certain amount of money. I said, but just keep in mind your dollars were almost $6 here, and I said I really need to get these procedures done, which I do. You know, no family. I got one family member that sent me $25, right? A girl cousin, and my brother sent $20. I emailed like over 50 people, and they share everybody's post. They share everybody.
But that's like you in paradise and you sending a letter back into prison for people to help you, and you in paradise in their mind. So what I'm saying is if you know what I'm saying, you in paradise, they in winter. Even Christ said you can't be a prophet in your own home. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
And Ron told me, that's one reason Ron, especially with his work, he got rid of his Facebook because when he was building his health coaching and he was doing big time on Instagram, the stuff that he was doing, he said he got no support, and he told me something that I didn't realize until he said you get strangers that'll help you out before you get your own family and friends to help you out. I got people on LinkedIn and stuff kicking $125.
Yeah. Because it's just the way our society is, man. You gotta understand that people, we gotta, people just expect, like, you just don't know what people's going through. You don't know what people's going through for their money. You see what I'm saying? It's sacrifice. It's just money. You already know, man. People, it's hard to get money out of people, man. That's just one-on-one. So
if everybody would have sent me $5, come on, brother. I'm not worth $5 of kinfolk.
Man, it's not. That's not the thing, man. That's not the thing. It's. I just told you what it's about, man. If you're on a venture, people expect the fact that if you're on that venture that you have the funds for it. You see what I'm saying? And because they're at home, they're at home resenting you. 9 times out of 10, your family is wishing that. I mean, I'm not talking about I really can't speak for all about, but a lot of them is if they're in a pandemic and they stuck and they're being forced with all the stress, they're trying to save their money. In the parable that I read to you, where the brides, you know what I'm saying, when you remember they had the oil for their lamps and they was waiting for the bride, and the brides that ran out of oil was asking to borrow some oil from the ones had it, and they said, we can't do it right now, right? Because if I give to you, I can run out myself. So I understand what you're saying, because you're saying, look, I'm not asking for a lot from everybody. But that's what I said. I said that we need a business, because it doesn't matter. Like when I was working in the black community, I noticed that most of our funding was grant oriented, which means that every 6 months we had to keep asking and applying for money. And as soon as it ran out, it was just trauma. When everybody in the community could have just contribute $5. We had over 400 homes in that community. So we would have had $1,500 a month of income for just $5 each. But that's not how black people are trained to work. They're trained. They rather go work by themselves than helping you help them. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. I just got a text from an organization called People Helping People, right? I was on their conference call because my sister-in-law, she invited me, and I was just like, I want to be open-minded. I want to listen and support. So I listened to it, and they're doing the same exact thing I'm talking about right now. They're just using insurance money to invest, and I'm saying that we can generate our own money to invest in the crypto. So it's just positive reinforcing that we're on the right path. We just paving our own, you know what I mean? And people is on, if you trying to make money in this society, in this modern age, people realize if you want to have time freedom and you want to play the money game like it's supposed to be played, like the Bible said, you better be dealing with interest. Money is supposed to be working for you. You're not supposed to be working for it. It's retarded to work for money. If they could just print it whenever they want it. Tomorrow they want $1 trillion. They can just print it. So if they can print $1 trillion tomorrow, what are you working for $20 for? When you can take $1,000, put it in the market, earn 10%, and that's what, $100 right there. Your money can make money. See what I'm saying? So I'm probably, you think I'm not yelling. I'm just, that's how I talk.
No, I'm saying I'm with you. Like, it's like, brother, our people gotta realize if we wasn't for financial literacy at a young age, we need to start learning it now so we got something to pass on to our kids and you know, after us, like when we go on and stuff, like, because we don't learn this at a young age. And I don't understand why so many people doing so much bullshit on Instagram or on Facebook and all this, taking selfies and all that. How is that helping you?
Because, man, that's the people being kept in the dark. That's our opportunity. But you're absolutely right about everything. You just said financial literacy. But the thing about that is that financial literacy, it changes. It updates. You mean what was good 50 years ago is not good right now. That knowledge has to be updated. That knowledge from 2 years ago. The economy in 2019 was 2.5 trillion. Since then, in the last 2 years, they have tripled the economy. That means the money that was in 2019 is worth 1/3 of what it is now. So you means that if you was making 10 back then, you need to be making $30 an hour now. If you're doing the same thing for the same amount of money as you was working in 2019, you pretty much cut your value in half. You see this? You're going backwards. So what the government has did is they did what they called a great reset. And that what they did was they printed up trillions of dollars and infused it in the market, and they tried to figure out ways on how to get it into the mass public because they needed to circulate. They didn't want to print the money and just let it sit in the banks. So they needed to circulate it through the banks to the people, or through the social services or whatever they can get. They tried their best to get it to people, but people have to apply for it. And they have to qualify for it. So, you know, that's what 2021 was, is really a once in a lifetime opportunity to get a hold of some capital and be smart with it. But what you just said, a lot of people, what they did is blew it. I'm telling you, people was acting like we weren't in a real pandemic, like we weren't in war. So, and then a lot of people lost that money too.
People blew through a lot of bullshit with their stimulus. I took my stimulus and paid rent. Like, that's actually what it was designed for. If people actually listen, the stimulus was supposed to be designed for if you were behind bills, to pay a bill and stuff, to get the economy stimulated back. When they made the money, like you said, when they printed the money, most people went out and balled that damn stimulus. Balled out of it.
Yeah, it was
was designed for that.
It was designed to pacify us. It was designed to help us prepare, and designed to give consent. So, like, if we didn't get any type of stimulus, the people would have already been in the streets, bro. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, what it did is it bought the government time. It also reduced the economy, so it crashed the economy. Right now, the stock market has crashed. The reason why is most likely having to do with us transitioning out of this experimental phase, because it's been disastrous. They just been keeping everything kind of secret. And also because the Fed came out and said they're going to start charging interest now.